Okay, so this is kind of how the ads work on the Necro, right? You start with the Skeletal Warriors. Once you hit 10 or 15, you get the mages, and once you get to 25, you get the golems, right? You can have all three of them out at the same time. Right now, I am level 25, 24. I'm about to get to 25, and I will do the quest to unlock the golem. Right now, I have, as you can see, this right here is the amount of skeletons that I have. Um, Unfortunately, I don't have all. We'll go get another one in there really quick to show you guys that. But anyway, you can have a total of 5 skeletal warriors the second that you start the match. You start with 4, and then once you level up a little bit and you get and you level up sufficient, your Book of the Dead unlocks the abilities to for you to add perks into your that rubber band right there. So here's how you summon. You just pretty much put your mouse over the corpses. Every time you kill something, you get a corpse, and you cast it, and you summon an extra. So now I have 5 of each. I have 5 skeletal warriors, and I have 5 mages. Um, like let's say if you have additional corpses, what happens when you have additional corpses and you have already your max amount of characters, you summon a priest, and this priest, what he does, he heals your summons. Well, let's say if your summons are taking damage throughout battle and you don't want your summons to die, you can just click on any corpse at any point and press the summon button again, and you get this priest that, and you can see that they all flash a little bit. It heals them all, which is kind of cool, right? So you, in essence, you can let your summons do all the dirty work for you, and you can just lay back and heal them. But anyway, Shift C, which is right here, the button for you to open on PC. You have your warriors. On your warriors, you can choose if you want them to be skirmishers, if you want them to be defenders, if you want them to be reapers. On the skirmishers, you unlock. You have 3 features that you can use them. You can raise an additional, which goes from 4 to 5. You can each time you critical strike, your skirmisher warrior's next attack critically strikes and deals 50% bonus critical strike damage. It only happens every 3 seconds. I mean, they do more damage. Or you can make it so yourself, your critical strike is increased by 5%, but you don't summon any skeletons. So if you look at it as in Diablo Immortal approach, as a necro where you don't use summons in battleground in PvP, you can make it so you really don't use any summons at all in a PvP scenario, and sometimes even some boss fights that I've tried so far in this game, your summons die really quick. So like using your summons or having points in the tree for summons is kind of useless. Um, so this is where it can be beneficial, where you know your summons are not going to help you out. You just add yourself extra damage, and it goes the same for all 3. So you can choose which one you want to be. If you want to be a skirmisher, if you want to be a defender, you just click on the defenders. All your skeletons die, and then you click over a corpse again, and you summon them again, and you can see now they have a shield, right? Versus the skirmishers, which click on skirmishers. So my guy died. And you can see here he's just carrying a sword, no shield, with a little helmet, right? Boom. He dies, summon the other one. That's pretty much how it works. On your defenders, you can, every 8 seconds, they negate a damage, which is pretty cool. Kind of like a parting gift approach. Um, you can also notice that the weapon is different. They have a mace here, where the skirmishers just have a sword. Increase the amount of thorns defender warriors inherit from you from 30 to 50%. Like you can do a thorns build, which I'm pretty sure is going to be nasty. For the necro with your summons taking damage and hitting back. Um, and then you have you gain 15% non-physical resistance if you decide to not have your summons, and you just you know they're not going to be useless in a fight. Might as well increase your resistance, increase your critical strike. And then you have the Reapers. The Reapers, they do more damage. Let's summon one of them. There you go. Big skeleton with a huge Reaper on him. Let's see him in action. Let's find the mob really quick to beat for you guys. And you know, pretty much oh, big bear. Let's see how the Reaper. Look at that. Gory and blood everywhere. Sorry. My shield procced. But anyway, let's summon another Reaper. Another Reaper, another Reaper. So once you reach the maximum amount of warriors that you can have, this little circle here, this ball turns into green, which means that you're maxed out. If I summon another one, see, I don't get a fifth. I only have 9 because I'm, you know, that's the current maximum that you can have. So, boom, let's go back to, I guess, defenders. No, defenders I can only have 4. So skirmishers I can do a +1, so I can have 5 in total. And that's pretty much what I'm using right now. And then on the mages, you can have shadow mages, you can have cold mages, or you can have bone mages. I mean, they're all different of, you know, they're just different. And it's the same thing. You can sacrifice them if you think that they're going to die in a couple of matches, or if you're not going to use them, and then you can get that additional perk. But you have to pick one, right? Like you can't have one shadow, one cold, one bone. You got to choose one of this element and have all your mages to be that. And I'm pretty sure the golem is going to be the same way. You probably have 3 options of golem, but you know, that's pretty much it. I mean, that's pretty cool. Now, most people are seeing like 8 to 9. Like for example, if you just do the base the skirmishers with the +1, so you have 5 here, and you have 3 from the mages because you just summon 3 mages right off the bat. That's a lot of freaking summons, right? A lot of people are walking around with 8 summons. That's pretty nice. I happen to find this guy right here, which my aspect increases my maximum number of skeleton mages by 2. So that gives me a total of 10. You cannot find another aspect or put another aspect in a piece of gear. You can only have one aspect at a time. If you have 2 aspects, then what happens, one of them just becomes grayed out, kind of like this. You see this gear right here? It shows basic skills grants 25% damage reduction for 5.5 seconds, right? You see basic skills, damage reduction, 5.5 seconds. Right here, basic skills going to 25% damage reduction for 7.5 seconds. So if you have like 2 items that have the same aspect, the one that have the highest value that is beneficial to you will be active, and the one that have the lowest actually becomes grayed out and it's a useless piece of gear. The same thing would happen presumably if you're having like the same aspect that says increase your summons by 2 and you put it in somewhere else. Like you can't just, you know, walk around with 50 summons, right? But that's like an intro of it, and hopefully you guys can understand a little bit how it works. No glitch really. There's been some events, some bosses where I feel like not all skeletons were attacking the target, and it's super easy build. I mean, super laid back, just like any other necro, or at least boom 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 ends, and I can just chill, and the necro will do all the work for you. That's it. I mean, there's nothing else. It speaks for itself. I mean, I can't wait to get a golem and walk around with 11 minions. That's gonna be insane. And I wonder if there is an aspect out there that increases the amount of regular skeletal warriors that you have, so it goes even more. I mean, I'm already walking around with more tunes around me than there are players in instances, right? So you know, I can only imagine what a bunch of necros with a bunch of summons would do. You know, like how glitchy it would be to have every single one of us in a dungeon together. But it's fun. they hit hard, they don't take a lot of damage. Again, if they take a lot of damage, the HP bar, you can kind of see, I mean, it's not really that hard to notice if they're going down in HP, but I wish it was a little bit easier. You unfortunately have to manually heal them. So if they are taking damage, and if you do feel like they're taking damage, then you have to manually cast another one into some of the priests and heal them. First of all, if you're using the skeletal warriors and they're taking a lot of damage and dying, then it's probably where you would start thinking about switching to the um, the defenders instead of going to the skirmishers, right? They're doing 30% increased damage but have 15% reduced life, where these guys have a durable shield with 15% increased life. You know, so it's, I wish it would be cool if you could mix and match, right? Like we use, like, I don't know, two of these and one of these, or you know, whatever combos. That would be kind of interesting to build your own cool army. Speaking of army, I just unlocked the ultimate. I haven't put a point on it, so let's put it in there. This is the ultimate right here, Army of the Dead. Let's put this guy in my inventory. Let's have a little fun. Let's see how that looks. Oh, look at that, legendary. Scythe. Thorns damage, deal 22 damage. Wow. Blood. But this is really cool. Like this blood mist triggers corpse explosion. So blood mist is kind of like your wraith form, and when you cast it and you walk over things, it activates the corpses exploding every single thing around you and reduces the cooldown of it. It's insane. But let's shred that ultimate really quick. This Army of the Dead. Let's get a bigger pack. I mean, it's an ultimate, right? Whoa, what's happening? What did I do? There's skeletons being summoned from everywhere. Or is that just my regular summons? My shield just popped. Again, like you can see some of these guys have like little low HP, right? There it is, they're full. Besides that, they do heal by themselves after a while. It's not like their life stays kind of low. There is a life regen there. But yeah, that's a little tutorial on the summons.